All right, so we're gonna get ready and start painting. And I want to show you what is included in with your quart of paint. You can see it's all nicely bubble wrapped to protect it during shipping. You can't miss this. This is really important. This is our color card. And if you flip it over, on the back, you're gonna get really simple instructions that make it easier for you to start painting and wax, and it gives you some different techniques like the weathered wood technique, and it also gives you a contact for getting a hold of us and asking questions. Hi, so I just wanted to show you a close-up of what a lot of the old furniture pieces look like and why we're wanting to paint it to begin with. First of all, this piece right here has little splotches. I think kids were doing like homework and there's indentations on it. And what's cool is the paint will cover all of this up. It's self-leveling. All these little marks and everything, they're gonna be gone. So I just wanted to show you all the things that you could do and how simple this is. You don't have to do any stripping down or sanding, just paint it. It's super easy. So we're getting started painting. I shook the can and there was no prep involved. I didn't have to sand or do anything. I just made sure that the table was clean and I just started painting. I put my brush in the can and just, here we go. It's super easy. Don't be intimidated by it. You really can't mess up. The main thing to just watch for is make sure that you're painting in long, even strokes that go in the same direction and no swirls. If you're painting something that does not have a grain, then just keep it all in the same direction. You're good. What I really like about Renaissance paint, I wanted us to come up with a paint that you could do one coat and go back over it and it doesn't pull up your work. I can actually do a coat like this when it's wet and go back over it, it's not pulling up my work. And a lot of what I found through painting furniture when I was redoing furniture as a hobby and as a business is that I would paint a stroke of paint and then I would go back over it and it would pull up my work. And this doesn't happen with this paint. So it saves you a lot of time. The other thing is it dries in literally 20 minutes. So if you're doing this as a business and you're flipping furniture for a living, time is money. So you can get a lot more done with this paint. Also, if you're just, if you're a stay-at-home mom and you're redoing furniture for your own home, this is time that you could be spending with your kids instead of having to paint or wait for it to dry for a long time before you wax. So I can get this piece done in a couple hours, which is awesome. So that's just a few things that I love about Renaissance paint. Hi, so I'm getting ready to wax this tabletop. The paint has already completely dried. And as you can see, we're going for a sort of a shabby chic look. And there's a little bit of sort of a distress, some areas that are a little darker. You can see the dark wood coming through and a little more paint in some areas. And that's what I was going for. If you want more of a contemporary style, you could put the paint on with a roller or a sponge type brush and have it all one smooth, even coat. Hey, so we're all done waiting on the paint to dry. It didn't take long, and now we're gonna go ahead and clear wax. This is the fun part. It's really easy. This is what the clear wax looks like. You just kind of take your round wax brush, dab it in. It's like applying car wax or like just putting moisturizer on your skin. You're just gonna lightly go through and just wipe it on. And what you can see, it just kind of deepens these darker colors. It'll give it a nice sheen. And you can get a really high sheen, high gloss look if you do a couple layers of clear wax, or you can get a nice matte finish if you just do a little bit and you don't buff it out a lot. The more you buff it out, the more glossy it'll look. So you can see I'm kind of staying in the same direction, and you can do it really fast. It doesn't take long at all. It's a nice workout. But try not to do swirls. That's the main thing. You just stay in one direction. I am actually in a hurry, so I'm going to try to get this done really fast and show you how little time it takes. By the way, these natural bristle brushes are really good for waxing. And what you'll want to do after you're done waxing is just kind of wipe them down with a cloth or a paper towel. You can wipe them out with mineral spirits, or you can go back the next time you want to use it and just wipe some clear wax through, because the clear wax has mineral spirits in it and it'll loosen it up. We might do a tutorial on that later to show you how to keep up your wax brush for future projects that you do. Okay, so we got all the wax on this part. I'm going to go back with my buffing cloth in a minute, and we'll show you how that goes, the buffing part. So now we're going to buff out the clear wax. It's really easy. You just take your cloth that comes in your kit and just kind of wad it up a little bit. You're going to buff it out. And you can see how the shine's already coming through. Gives it a nice sheen. And you could do one coat of clear wax just to protect it, or you could do a couple coats if you want more of a high gloss, and just keep buffing out in between coats of wax. I really like this ultramarine color once we've waxed it. It's got a nice deep blue color. And it's starting to feel really smooth too, like freshly polished wood. I think I may do one more coat of wax, just because this is going to be a part that people sit on, and there's going to be a lot of use on this part. So go get another layer put on this. Hi, so I'm getting ready to dark wax. We've already clear waxed and buffed it out. So now I'm going to go ahead and show you how to dark wax. It's really simple. You just take your small chip brush and go around the edges with the dark wax. And you can actually, if you want it very rustic and distressed looking, you can go through and pull the dark wax all the way through and then buff it out with the clear wax. But I want some of the brighter blue to come through, so I'm just going to do it around the edging. And don't worry about it looking a little streaky, because you're going to go back with your clear wax as an eraser. And I'll show you real quick. Just give you an example right here in the corner. I'm going to kind of blend it. So you can use the clear wax as an eraser. It's used for blending and smoothing in, taking out the extra dark wax. So I'm just going to keep on adding the dark wax around the edge. This is kind of how something would age over time with use. Gives that vintage look. We kind of scuffed up the top a little bit, gives a little bit of a weathered look, and then we're coming back with the dark wax to give it even more of an aged, distressed look. You can put it on a little heavier than you would think you would need, just to get it inside the grooves. You'll definitely want to wear your gloves while you're doing this because you don't want to get the dark wax on your hands. It's not the easiest to clean off, so the gloves definitely protect your hands. And the gloves do come in your kit. I actually learned the hard way on this. I used to just paint and wax without gloves, and I was always having to wash my hands over and over again, and this just makes it so much easier. So yeah, you can see it how it's kind of got like almost a, it looks like dirt, but when you go back with the wax, the clear wax, it's gonna blend it in, look like it was meant to be, that antique look. I call this the multi-purpose wax because it's not only do you use it for getting that sheen, but you can also use it as your eraser and your blender. It just works great with everything for the finish. Just kind of blend all that in, and then I'm going to show you what I did more of this, the dark wax on the bottom of the table, and I'll show you what it looks like. So we're going to finish this up and I will show you the finished product. Hey guys, so we're all done painting, waxing, and buffing out, and we went for that sort of rustic, shabby chic look. If you see, there's like sort of a white hue on here, and with these darker colors like gothic gray, ultramarine, midnight black, if you rough them up or sand them or kind of scuff them up a little bit in the process, you can get a nice whitewashed, shabby chic look. So that's what we went for. We wanted it to kind of tie in with the flooring. And what my client actually did was they wanted to take their old dining room table and redo the table, take the bench away, and they want to get a nice chair to go with it to make it a desk in their office. So I'm really excited about how this looked. My client's thrilled, and I'm excited about the results.
If you're looking for a high-quality chalk finish paint, then you need to try Renaissance Furniture Paint. It has superior coverage, it's non-toxic, can be custom tinted, and dries in 20 minutes with a smooth finish. Use it on glass, metal, fabric, cabinets, and more. So order today and transform your furniture into pieces you will adore for a lifetime. For more information, go to rfpaint.com.